part of the evening. This next performer is very blue. So I'm going to give you a content warning here. He claims to be the reincarnation of Laura Ingalls Wilder, so that should give you an idea of where this might be going. If you've never seen him before, this is an initiation. I like to describe him as writing stories that are in the Venn diagram overlap of speculative fiction and things that make Jesus cry. That's where it is. Yeah. So if you don't like vulgarities, maybe this is a time to plug your meter or go to the bathroom. If you are into that, for the rest of you, please welcome the Reverend Pat D.
It was on June 11, 2001 when Timothy McVeigh was executed. And you know that was exactly 3 months before 9/11? Coincidence? Anyway, when they give Timothy McVeigh the lethal injection, friends and families of the victims are watching his execution and they really enjoy watching him croak. But he starts saying Oklahoma City was an inside job. And they keep giving him more and more injections, but he just won't shut up. It's such a shame that they got rid of the electric chair for executions, because they wanted him to fry in the electric chair. So fucking bad. So they took off all his clothes and stripped him naked, and they threw him in a bathtub, and they threw a hairdryer in the bathtub. And they noticed that he's got a heart-on that won't go away. And they said, I don't think that we can't tell if it's dead. Which reminds me that before they executed Timothy McVeigh, they decided to give him a Viagra pill. And they had his dead body sent to Bohemian Grove, and George W. Bush and Henry Kissinger took turns sucking Timothy McVeigh's dick. And then he shoots his load in Henry Kissinger's mouth and he said, "This is the best sex I ever had at Bohemian Grove." And then Timothy McVeigh said, 9/11 was an inside job. And how the fuck can Timothy McVeigh know that about 9/11 before it happened? Henry Kissinger and George W. Bush are so freaked out, they take a hammer and they smash his face in until it's a bloody mess. And they take a knife and they cut off his dick. So they take his dead. He's got to be dead for sure by now. So they throw his dead body into the Russian River, and they are celebrating knowing that Timothy McVeigh is finally dead. Not exactly. Timothy McVeigh is only in hibernation. Meanwhile, Norman Lear is planning on having an All in the Family reunion show in the fall of 2001 called All in the Family in the 21st Century. But the guys who hang out at Bohemian Grove were threatened by the way that All in the Family exposed corruption in government. So Carol O'Connor's death was not an accident, but he was murdered after a hairdryer accidentally fell into his bathtub, and he was electrocuted on June 21, 2001. And like Timothy McVeigh, Archie Bunker had a heart-on that would not go away. But the good news is Archie Bunker was able to come back from the dead. And George W. Bush and Henry Kissinger could not stand the thought of sucking Archie Bunker's dick. Do you know who would like to suck Archie Bunker's dick? Donald Trump. Donald Trump knows that Archie Bunker knows that he would make such a great president, so he decided to suck Archie Bunker's dick. And Norman Lear was going to go ahead and do his All in the Family reunion show, but Rob Reiner did not want to play the part of the meathead. So he had to call for auditions for someone to play the part of the meathead. And guess who showed up? Timothy McVeigh. And not only that, he got the part. Can you imagine the meathead being played by Timothy McVeigh? And then 9/11 happened, of course. So Norman Lear produced an episode of All in the Family, which was about 9/11 in September. And on September 11, 2001, it started out just like any other day as the meathead and Archie get into an argument over what a great president George W. Bush is. And then about a half hour after Archie and Gloria go to work, and And the meathead goes to school. Louise Jefferson calls Edith Bunker to let her know that a plane crashed into the World Trade Center. And then she turned on the TV to find out that a second plane hit the other tower. Gloria came home for work and she tells Edith that she plans to go upstairs and stick a plastic penis up her twat and masturbate. And Edith says, Gloria, with the horrible thing that happened today, how can you think about masturbating? And then Gloria says, I'm going to be huffing air duster while I masturbate, which will take my mind off. Then of course, the meathead comes home after his school cancels classes, and Edith asks, "Where's Gloria?" And Edith said she went upstairs. And the meathead asks, "What is she doing?" And the meathead hears, and then the meathead said, "I think I know what she's doing." Gloria comes downstairs when she notices that Edith is crying and bawling uncontrollably as she is saying, "How can people do such terrible things like this?" And because Edith is so upset, Gloria is able to convince Edith to start huffing air duster. And can you imagine Edith Bunker huffing air duster? Huffing air duster causes Edith to feel a lot better. Then Archie Bunker comes home and Edith says, "Archie, you're covered in soot and snow. Was that caused by the collapse of the World Trade Center?" And Archie said, "No, Edith. I decided to go into Times Square and build a bonfire in the middle of the street. Of course it's from the collapse of the World Trade Center, you stupid dingbat." And Edith said, "The subways are closed. And Archie shut down. How are you able to get home?" And Archie says, "Stretch Cunningham gave me a ride home in his helicopter." And Edith says, "Stretch Cunningham has been dead for 25 years. How can he give you a ride home?" And Archie Bunker said, "Stretch Cunningham is a Jew, and Jews have special powers to come back from the dead during times of national emergency. Look it up, Edith." Archie then notices Gloria walking around the room huffing air duster, and she's singing, "I'm walking on sunshine." And Archie says, "Stop huffing that shit. It makes you look like a weirdo and a communist." And Gloria said, "Daddy, I need you to take me to the store to get more cans of aerosol sprays to huff." And Archie said, "I will not." And Gloria said, "I wish I had a father." Ah! And Archie said, "What the fuck does that mean?" And the meathead said, "Archie, can you show some dignity and get more cans of air duster, you fucking bastard?" And not only that, 9/11 was an inside job, and then the meathead and Archie Bunker ended up getting into a real big fight.
Reverend Pat D, everybody keep it going for him. So here's the true story. I once challenged him to write a story that was family friendly, and it ended up being way more disturbing than his actual life. So,
It was about Satan causing your shit to stink, but I just called it poo-poo the whole time.
yeah, you call it. Yeah, it gave me nightmares. But that's not here now. Yeah. So yeah, so I wanted to mention we have just a couple performers left.